Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of go-to franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the G.O.W's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka 2 Code Kimbro, better known as King 2 Code in the building, bro. What's good?
Not much, man. Sitting here watching a little bit of Raw. Figure we just got done watching that damn game. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, dude.
Jesus, take the wheel, please. Jesus, take the wheel.
Man. I mean, look, Nick Mullins, he played a hell of a game. He managed the game well. He didn't turn the ball over. Receivers just dropped balls.
What up, Leo?
And fucking McCutcheon had to miss that one field goal that would have put us up. So it's just defense played great, to the end. I don't know what happened. Man, damn. Yeah,
I mean, well, the fact that and I know this is wrestling, but we will talk about that in a second. But the fact that, bro, they had no timeouts left, and you let them get the extra few yards with them lazy ass tackles. Like, bro, you should have tackled the motherfucker while he was in bounds. Don't let him get a few more yards to get out of bounds to stop the clock and then spike the ball. Like, what is going on, man? That right there, that hurt me. That hurt me a lot. But yeah, so I was hoping that we would have came on here with a little bit of excitement being in first place, but I mean, they don't call us a mistake by the lake for nothing. But hey, we still got a little bit of season left, so we're gonna take this 1 week at a time. Shouldn't have got this far. Now, with that being said, man, Tuco, we hopping on here. We have no real agenda. We want to let the people know, man, we have no real agenda. We want to talk a little bit of shit, about wrestling as a whole this year. From the beginning of 2021 until now, some of the latest news and rumors, what we can expect heading into the new year, so on and so forth. And yeah, man. So first thing I want to do is I want to start with a little bit of Roman Reigns, man. Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman. That's been the biggest thing noteworthy that's happened over the last few days as far as actual wrestling television. We had Roman Reigns turning on Paul Heyman, firing Paul Heyman of sorts. Now, too cold, man. A lot of people was like, you know what, rest in peace to the end of an era. Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns had a hell of a run. Paul Heyman's back with Brock. I was saying how much I liked Brock Lesnar without Paul Heyman, kind of doing this solo thing. But somebody on the internet, man, the great internet, you can always rely on them, fact or fiction. You can rely on them for some pretty interesting takes. And somebody said this: what if this is all a ploy? What if this is an inside job with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman to make the Beast incarnate think that Paul Heyman is on his side, and they end up pulling the double swerve on Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are still a thing? Now, too cold. I don't see that being too far-fetched. What do you give to that thought, or do you think, man, it's official? Do you think Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman are indeed back together for real?
Honestly, could it happen? Yeah, but it would be pointless. What was ever the point? I mean, you can't tell me that was always the end goal. You already had the match, you won. So he got another match. So you're gonna pretend that Paul Heyman is? It really, to me, it holds no weight. Because it serves no purpose. If anything, the thought that, one, we all know that Paul Heyman is still the advocate for Brock Lesnar. He hasn't stopped. He hasn't admitted to stop being the advocate for Brock Lesnar. So that's the whole thing. And Roman Reigns wants him to stop. Now, the point is he ain't, because he gonna still get his money. And Brock is just using that as an advantage. So, it is a swerve. No, I don't see it as a swerve, because did he really come out to say, Paul, yes or no? Because to be honest, he probably would have did it to Paul. Now, is it a swerve to screw Roman Reigns? Yeah, you could say that, but he fired him, so maybe that won't be an issue. Maybe it will. But I mean, I mean, it's a great theory that it could happen. That's what they could be going with. But to me, it would be kind of pointless. if Paul Heyman knew Brock Lesnar was going to come back to fight, why are you now deciding you want to screw over Brock? You could have just
Right.
but let people think what they think.
I mean, WWE logic. All right, now I want to kind of switch gears, man. I want to kind of, get away from WWE and talk about something, man, that kind of, it's weird to me, how grown ass men and women tend to be in other people's lives on social media. But I mean, hey, this has been making its way around the internet and the wrestling circle, so I figure I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't bring it up. Tuco, man. -1. He's been, especially ever since the passing of his father, he has been a focal point in many respects on AEW. He's there a lot. Everybody knows him, right? Like Father John Hubbard, formerly known as Brody Lee, recently passed away a year or so ago. And now there's this whole thing with, Ty Conti and then, of course, Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara a few days ago posted on Twitter, I believe it was, that, he and his fiance are no longer. And he asked the internet to pretty much please respect their privacy. And, it is what it is. Things happen, right? And then somehow Ty Conti's name got dragged into the situation, and people have been going in on her relentlessly. Pretty much calling her a homewrecker and saying she's the reason for that, and the third. And then, of course, people being the weirdos that they are and the internet trolls that they are ended up turning that situation into a whole inappropriate situation with, previously mentioned -1 and saying, why is she hugging him like this and why is she taking turn. I don't even have to get too much in depth with it, but Tuco, man, my thing is to you. It's not so much about that situation per se, but we talk about people on the internet, man, and then we had several guests on it who said the same thing. What do you make, man? Do you think that there is a fine line between being a celebrity, man, and being a quote unquote celebrity and being a human? Because I feel like people kind of take the fact that these celebrities, quote unquote, have this status that you can say whatever you want to them and there are no repercussions, right? But what people don't understand is these are still normal human beings. I mean, the fact that people are deactivating their social medias and or letting like you don't know what you're saying could really cause a person to think or do. What do you think about that, man? Where people just can't leave wrestling and sports entertainment and let it be that when they got to try to take it above and beyond, not even necessarily to personally hurt the person's feelings, but to get a like or to get notoriety or clout of a situation, man. How do you feel about situations like that, man?
That's what the internet is now. You just have a lot of people who just make chaos out of nothing, man. Misery loves company. Period. That is just what it simply is. And you have people who are going to make something bigger than what it is, and that's how they get attention. And once you do that, then everyone's, oh my God, you hear this, and then people run with it, man. It's don't quote me exactly, but it's that old story that you tell one person a story, then you tell 10 different people, and then you wonder, will it be the same thing that you said it from the first person to the 10th person? And that's really all this. Right. First and foremost, there's nothing going on with -1 and Ty Conti. Yeah, she might hug him, but that is it. She ain't like, oh my God, booty grinding on him. She get a boy a hug. Come on now. Hey, what is he harming? She ain't harming nothing. Even if he do got a little crush, what do you expect a little 11-year-old boy to have on a woman? On a woman. I mean, come on, man. I had crushes. You had crushes. Come on now. Those people who are typing are probably crushing over something. Hey, whatever, man. Get over yourself. Point being, there's nothing there. But misery loves company, man. So people got to make something of it. As far as Sammy Guevara go, all right, him and his girl broke up. Now, if it's true to the fact that they broke up just to break up, then cool, no problem. Yeah. All right, fine. Right. They broke up. He's on the road too much. She's just really not. She's not conducive to his busier schedule. What's up, Benjamin?
What up, Ben?
So I can see that being a reason why, or whatever. Or maybe I don't know. Who knows? He's a Spanish guy. Hey, he's a Spanish guy. What can you say?
Spanish
But
God.
uh, for people to blow up on Ty Conti, because the speculation. Where's the speculation coming from? Even for her, if she's claiming that it was Ty, I mean, do you have proof? If you got proof, cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have if you ain't got no proof, then don't go speculating that you know what I'm saying, that she's the reason for it. Maybe they started dating, and I think she's dating somebody anyway. But if they hooked up after you, then at least he had enough decency to break up with you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, if he respected you enough to break up with you because he wasn't no longer feeling you, and then he went to go be with somebody else, that's not bad. That's not being a homewrecker.
Right,
That
right.
damn, you rather him cheat on you and then you find out and then you want to make a big thing about it. You got to pick and choose your battles,
Right.
man. And misery loves company, plain and simple.
All right, man. Now get back on the wrestling tip, bro. I want to talk to you, man. Okay, so there's a guy, formerly of the Major Bros, the Edgeheads, woo woo woo. You know it, man. Zack Ryder, who has been making waves on the independent scene. He's been doing this thing in GCW, even trolling the internet with calling himself the Hardcore King. Chelsea Green, she's out here doing her 1-2, bro. Right now, you got Matt Cardona out here on fire. Now, we've seen massive releases the last year or two from WWE, especially since the pandemic began. You're starting to see people go out here, man, and really be who we thought they could be. And you got people out here who we didn't even know they could become this version of themselves, i.e., Matt Cardona. Bro, how much of a blessing in disguise has it been as a wrestling fan to see certain releases? Okay, let me ask you this. Let me simplify this. Which release or releases that happened initially were you pissed at, and then you see what they've become now, and you're like, you know what? I'm glad they got released. Is there any one or two
All the ones
people
that
or
matter.
several?
Not particularly. All the ones that matter. And we still haven't seen Bray Wyatt yet. Braun showed up, but we'll see how that works out moving forward. But I think that was for Ring of Honor, which that's going to end. So not sure how long that's going to go. But
Right.
as of right now, all those who matter, and when I say that is all those who were somebody that we were all scratching our heads wondering why the hell did WWE just let that person go? Okay. And all of them have pretty much made their mark in the company. When you think about it, or somewhere. Andrade, Malachi Black. When you look at Bryan Danielson, when you look at the Good Brothers, when you look at everybody for the last couple of years, man, there are some of them they've made a bigger name for themselves independently, and for all these other companies because that's still they're still banking off the hardcore wrestler, and that's the key ticket right there. It's the hardcore wrestler. So, yeah, it there's no one particular person like Matt Cardona. Like I've never really been a huge fan of him. Like I've given him his props that he's been able to do what he can do. Like for the fact that in WWE, like this dude was getting himself over. I've always respected that. I've always respected the fact that this dude was getting himself over, not even wrestling, and he's the hottest thing on the ticket. But yet y'all don't want to put him out there, and when y'all do, y'all just make him look weak. But yet the people are
Right.
still behind him because yet he is still proving he can get himself over. Damn, if I don't know, that's a star in the making if you don't know one. But
Right, right.
I can never say I was ever a huge fan of Zack Ryder. But Matt Cardona, he seems a little bit more legit. Um, I hope he has enough time to really flesh this thing out and really take it to the moon because he deserved it. I think that's just probably what it is. It's just the fact of wanting to get behind him and then seeing him crush so much and seeing him now. It's like it's good to see what he's doing. Yeah, that was the worst thing. Like you gave him a WrestleMania moment and then you had him lose it the next night to the Miz. For what? Just the Miz could have won it a month or two later. You could have let him ride with that. But
Right, right.
not to say I wasn't the biggest fan, but not to say that I'm not happy or cool with what he's been doing because he's definitely been making a name for himself on the independent scene, and it's just him continuing to do what he's doing. And now that he's not restricted, now that he's not being held back, he can go out there and do what he do, and he's been doing it. And now we just want to see him doing on a bigger stage to see if he's really that dude. Can he really be that dude? Like that's what I want.
Speaking
from
of
him. Anything, do that.
Speaking of doing what they do, man, I don't know if you peeping it right now. We got a G.O.W versus Bianca Belair, and I must say, man, these two they having a hell of a match, and I'm really starting to I'm really rocking with G.O.W, man. She is an asshole. She played this asshole character very well.
She's good. I mean, from what everybody's saying, it's not the fact that she can't wrestle. Like the girl tore it up at NXT UK, so it's not like she's bad. Like it's just the character of what they're naming her. That's what's bad. But if they gave her some purpose and let her do a little bit more, well, now they are, and she's doing it with Bianca, so you're kind of seeing it now. But we'll see. They gotta learn how to push the good women wrestlers and stop making everyone look weak. Everyone's not weak, but yet I'm supposed to believe Becky Lynch can beat every day. That's what I hate. When it was the core of the women that Becky Lynch was beating the first run, I got it because none of those women seemed credible enough outside of the 4 horsewomen that could beat her. But now it's like, nah, your crop of women now are way better than Becky Lynch. Somebody needs to knock her ass off, and she needs to stay that way for a while because, like I say, at the moment of time, it was great, but now, can't lie, man. She's still not that dude. She's not the man. She ain't the man. To me,
she ain't the one for you.
She's not the man. She ain't. Like she caught a good gimmick. She caught it at the right time, but yeah, that's about it.
Let me ask you this, man. Speaking of, catching things at the right time, I want to segue into AEW again, but this time I want to talk about Tony Khan. So when AEW first started, roster-wise, it looks dramatically different than it does now. Of course, you can say a lot of that's with the recent additions from WWE and other companies. A lot of people have no longer been re-signed. A lot of people were kind of left by the wayside, unfortunately, due to the pandemic. And, a lot of those people were foreign talent. Let me ask you this, man. And let's be honest. As much as we love AEW, I kind of have to be critical in this moment because I want to express to you, I feel like AEW has signed too many people. And if they haven't signed too many people yet, I feel like they're on the verge of doing what WWE did when they hoarded all the free talent. And the reason I say that is this. You got Kiera Hogan, who was a standout in Impact Wrestling, right? One of the hottest up-and-coming young talent. You signed her. You made a big deal about it for a week. You haven't really seen her. You have so much other male talent that's been signed, and you make a huge buzz about them, and then you haven't seen them. You had homegrown talent that started with the promotion that's still on the roster, but they kind of got dropped by the wayside. Now, I understand that AEW only has 3 hours of television programming per week, and you have other shows like Dark and stuff like that, and Elevation and everything, but Tuco, what do you think about AEW signing so much talent? Because I was just thinking the other day, even Big Swole said the same thing. Even though she's going through her own personal battles and stuff like that, a lot of talent are kind of feeling like, hey, it's too many fish in a small pond right now. I mean, yeah, the backstage culture is cool, but now, instead of being in the catering crew in one company, I'm in the catering crew in another company. And then with AEW and Tony Khan has been said, they don't fire talent per se. They just let their contracts run out and don't renew them. So how do you feel about a lot of these talent, man, who are very good talent, but will probably never really get a chance to wrestle or show what they could do in their current contract and still get let go, unfortunately, in the back end?
Well, I don't necessarily agree with you, but I don't necessarily not agree with you. And what I mean by that is for AEW to have too much talent is actually a good thing. Because that was the problem why people didn't want to watch it. They didn't have anybody. When AEW started, well, who do you have? Jericho. Well, who else do you have? Well, Cody and the Young Bucks. Who? So it was like a lot of the people there know. And don't get me wrong, I like that they're trying to, but I do like that they are pushing some of their OGs. Not all of them, but not all of them really got over. Yeah, Orange Cassidy could be doing a little bit more, and he is starting to do a little bit more. We haven't really seen Jungle Boy and them in a while, but I'm not sure if somebody's injured or whatnot. But having Dark and Revelation, having another platform to where you get to wrestle and get yourself, acclimated with the company, it's a great thing. Now, yeah, I do agree. There are some big fish, like we really haven't seen Jay Lethal, but I don't expect Jay Lethal to come in and take someone's spot either. So I'm not necessarily mad about them not necessarily putting forth some of those people. Like some, yeah, they are putting out there, but others, like there's certain things that they do. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can't say Cody and them didn't go out there to push some of those new talents and give them a nice push and introduction into the company, because they definitely did that. So you saw that with a lot of the new people come over. But again, what was kind of the knock? Well, the knock was, okay, you're bringing in all these new people, but you're forgetting about the people that were older. So it's like, be damned if you do, be damned if you don't.
Right.
Whatever the process is for AEW, whatever Tony Khan is talking to, whatever the agreement is, if the morale backstage is good because they see from a standpoint AEW is not restricting as some other companies may have.
Right.
But understand that they're still 2 years in. They're established their main show. They're trying to get their second show established. The time slot doesn't work, but you're trying to get that second show established. So, and with the way that they structure people to wrestle, it's not like you're seeing the same people wrestle every week. You get different people every week. And they've been doing really good in letting other people come on, like the Varsity Blues, Blondes, and other people come on and get some time. So it's not like they totally don't let other people shine, but it has to make sense, and the fans have to want to see it, and they listen to the fans, and the fans are letting you know when we see something and we're for it, we see it. When Malachi Black shows up, hey, the people want to see it. The people are going crazy because we know. We watch people like him that come from WWE. We watch them get wasted. So to see them come to AEW and be their full-fledged of whatever it is we believe they could be, we want to see more of it. Even and that same hardcore fan base still wants to see their OGs. Now that Trent's back, now you've been seeing a lot more of the best friends. But you've been seeing the best friends. They've been doing stuff. It's just you got to think about it though. Them and Matt Hardy and his whole posse, man, they've been having like a storyline for like 2 months. It may not have been the most glamorous thing that you wanted to see, but they've been doing something. They've been wrestling. They've been on TV. You've been seeing them. So it's not like guys aren't getting the time. But again, you don't want to push down your OG originals for the newer, shinier talent. But the new shinier talent has to also understand this company is going to pay its respects to its OGs. Like, yo, we want to push you. You hot, and we're going to put you in this. And I'm going to say this before we get out of here. I believe that I have faith in Tony Khan that when the new year starts and Dynamite goes over to TBS, Rampage will eventually get a second hour. I believe there's something set up for the future. I believe there's something set up for that next year with the talent that he's going to have. There's probably a bunch of, right now it's the end of the year. You're working with what you got. But when the new year starts, man, because you got to think about it. The records start over, everything, AEW, they reset everything. So I think right now, the end of the year is just setting up certain storylines. But when that new year begins, you're going to get a new crop of guys who are going to be on Dynamite, on Rampage, on Revelation, on Dark. They're going to be wrestling. They're going to be winning. If Britt Baker can go wrestle on Dark and Revelation and build herself up through the rankings and then come back and then be the number one contender and win the championship, those people can do the same damn thing. So there's merit for both sides, but I don't. The issue 2 years ago was they didn't have enough people. Now you're saying they got too many people, but that's also. I'm not going to fault AEW. I'm going to hold that to WWE, because if WWE wasn't hoarding people, this would not have probably been an issue today. Maybe Vince would have kept some of these people, seeing what AEW is doing, and be like, you know what? I got a lot of great talent. I don't need to let these guys go. I need to let them be what they be. Maybe we get something different. Maybe WWE would be a little bit better than waiting until it was uneditable because you watched all your best talent leave and go to AEW, and the fans are marking out. People aren't buying tickets to your arena. They're buying tickets to AEW. They're not selling out your pay-per-views. They're buying AEW's pay-per-views. People are willing to spend $50 to watch an AEW pay-per-view. You can't convince people to spend $50 to watch you can put together, you can pull The Rock and Austin out and put them in a match, and people still wouldn't pay you to watch $50 to watch a WWE pay-per-view. That's the difference. When you start seeing them and you say, well, that's just a hardcore fan, we're trying to get the casual fan. The casual fan ain't working for you either. So as far as right now, AEW, look, they're still in the building process. They're not going to be, ready to do anything major. They have talent. If guys want to leave and go elsewhere in other companies, it's cool. But AEW is also a place where you can come and build yourself and then go somewhere else. We've seen a lot. Matt Cardona, he went there. He saw AEW wasn't for him because they had a lot of guys that he felt they need to push, in which they are pushing. And he went to go do his own thing. Other guys are going to do that too. I don't think no one's going to leave on bad terms with AEW. They're like, hey man, you know what? Right now it may not be it, but I'm gonna come back. But I'm gonna go do my thing elsewhere. Or they can be looking at elsewhere and be like, you know what? I can wait my time here. I can wait my time out because I know it's not storyline based, it's wrestling based. So let's see. There's some entertainment, but we'll see, man. I think there's I think this is what it is.
And it's funny. I mean, I guess I didn't look at it like that too, because like you said, even though they might not necessarily be doing a lot in AEW, the fact that you can go to not Ring of Honor anymore, but MLW or GCW or New Japan or whatever, and that's on your resume, like, hey, former AEW superstar, that alone says a lot, because at the end of the day, if I'm in these other companies, well, shit, if you was good enough for AEW to sign you, I'll take a look at you. And then, like you say, you get that shot, you go over there, you build yourself, become one of their biggest stars, right? Like Jay Lethal. I mean, come on now. He was good in TNA. He was a hell of a character in TNA, but it took him going to Ring of Honor, and that's where the whole world was like, okay, because he got away from that Black Machismo character, and he really became a pillar in Ring of Honor. So then when he comes to a company like an AEW, it's like, oh shit, we got a legit wrestling legend in the building that we still want to see.
Somebody you want to see on the bigger stage, and that's why I'm like, I can wait till next year to see how the new season, I guess, of AEW with the rankings and everything, because everything's going to start over. So I can see guys are held to like, hey, everybody enjoy the rest of the year, and when we start, this is where we're going. We're going with this. We're going with that. We're pushing for this. You got a pay-per-view coming up in March. I'm pretty sure they're going to put on a tournament. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a battle royale for the winner number one contendership. I know they're going to do some stuff to damn, did she really just do that to her? Damn, she really gave her the KOD. Hell no.
Oh yeah. She got her ass up there too.
Yeah, I'm behind you. I started it from the beginning. See, and this is why I can't respect Becky Lynch being that big of a boss. Like, you got new age athletes in this building, man. You can't tell me, man, Becky beat Bianca like this, like that. Nah, man.
But that's the thing. Becky Lynch beat Bianca what, 20-something seconds? She had Meanwhile, Bianca went toe to toe with Dewdrop.
I just can't buy it. I just couldn't buy it. I can't buy it, and I'm not gonna buy it. Not even just Bianca. Like if it was Ripley or was anybody,
of course,
you're not beating down one of them like that. But yeah, man, that AEW is in a good place. I mean, yeah, there may be some people not necessarily happy, but again, we don't know what the conversation is backstage with Tony Khan and what
that's true.
He may have laid out a plan for people like, yo, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna display everybody. Like, yeah, we understand we have a lot of people, and there might be a new structure to the way the show goes. But I think with some people, you gotta get something. And look, Adam Cole's been doing great. He's been all over the place, and it's not like I need to see Adam Cole in the title picture. Just give me Adam Cole. That's it, and you see him.
Right.
I don't know. You got a little bit of a, it's up in the air, man. It's up in the air. We'll see how it goes after the new year.
Well, Tuco, man, we just had to get on here and shoot the shit with the people for a little bit. We want to give the people an update, man. So, Tuco tonight, we already talked about this, but I'm gonna bring it up to you guys. Christmas Day, there will be no show because neither one of us can afford to get our ass whipped. So, So, we gonna go ahead and I believe Wednesday.
We ain't got nothing. All we gotta do is we can do Rampage or SmackDown that night, and that's it. You said midnight, and you got to midnight you got to midnight Christmas. From midnight to Christmas to midnight to the 26th, you can't do shit. So I got your time frame.
Hey, Christmas is on Saturday, ain't it?
Yeah, Christmas is on Saturday, man. So we got Christmas Eve. We can give them a Christmas Eve show. But you can't give them a Christmas Day. She said Christmas Day, so we gonna honor that, and you gonna be done from midnight to midnight. You can't. I ain't calling you for nothing. I'm not even texting. Don't even text me Merry Christmas. All right? I don't want no smoke with the wife. None whatsoever.
No. I could talk to my brother if I want to. All right, it's two things that ain't gonna change. I'm gonna talk to my brother and I'm gonna play my Xbox. Now I'm gonna give you the Grinch. And I'm gonna give you your little marathon movies and shit. I done took the green screen down. You see my wall booty butt naked back here. You feel me? Because you ain't want to look at the green felt on the wall. So now you got me out here all regular.
Oh man, but we'll keep with the regular shows for this week. Won't be nothing for Christmas Day, but yeah, we'll see y'all Christmas Eve. We can get it Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Oh man, guys. As we get closer, we will be dropping some information. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 28-year-old. Hey man, you know what? Shit, hold on.
What up, man?
Man, bruh, I just thought about it. It's only 2 weeks away. Should we tell the damn people?
No, man, get off the show, man. I got stuff to do.
All right, well, hey,
we made them wait this long. They can wait another. What's another?
I try to help y'all out. Oh well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again, boys and girls, and homeless people all around the world. The 28-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as G.O.W. Resident Tribal Chief. He is King Too Cold, and we'll see y'all when we see you. And that's the bottom line because the franchise says so. Peace.